Well, hello, how's it going? Sunday. Just finished bodging the shed together. Bit of more than I can chew there, like, with that one. It's a bit rotten, but it's fit for purpose. It'll do for stashing stuff in. Um, I'll let you have a look at it when it's finished, because at the moment it's not very pretty. Yeah, aye. Just back on the subject of jobs that I've had, I missed a couple out. These weren't like sort of 9 to 5 jobs, but the jobs nonetheless, and very, very sort of important in my life, and how things sort of stem from one thing onto another, and you know, coincidences, etc., etc. So when I was probably 20, maybe 21, I used to. There was a gentleman in Howdenley where he used to have the paper shop called Bentley Peart. Very, very nice man, great man. And he needed somebody to drive the van on the morning and take the newspapers up to the likes of Fir Tree, Wee Valley Junction, High Grange, etc., etc. Just out, on the farms mainly. North Pitchburn, did I say that? Yeah. Them type of places. So anyway, I used to drive the little red van, little Bedford HA. There was a blue one before that, but if you know anything about old Bedford vans and Vauxhalls in the 70s, they rotted pretty quickly, so they didn't last long. So yeah, there was a little red van, and used to take the lads out. I used to drop the lads off, and I would, while they were doing their rounds in, let's say for instance High Grange and all that, I'd go to Wee Valley Junction. If they were doing them in Fir Tree, I'd go up to Harpley Hall and do Harpley Hall. So they were kind of, by the time I got back to pick them up, they'd done their little bit, what they had to do. So yeah, I would pick the lads up on a morning and drop them off. And there was one particular lad who I know and still know. He lived in Valley Terrace, and he used to, I don't know where he used to do, but anyway, he got in the back of the van. They used to sit on before seat belts and stuff like that. They get in the back of the van, and some of them would just open the doors and hang out the back. Some would get inside, so hanging out the back with their legs out and stuff like that. One in particular, Andy Ditchfield. It's funny, or it isn't funny. It could have been a lot worse. There was a time when we'd pulled up somewhere, and I had to reverse, and obviously he had his legs hanging out the back, and what would happen, his legs would go underneath the back and he would fall out. Fortunately, he shouted loud enough that I didn't run him away. So anyway, as time went on, that was a good job. I did that before I went to work at the factory in Europa in Newton Aycliffe, the furniture factory. So I'd do that a couple of hours on a morning. That's what it would take us. So I was up nice and early. Some mornings I'd go out from the night before, still in me going out gear and stuff like that, and still half cut, but don't tell the police. So yeah, that was that. And then fast forward many years, took my mum and dad out somewhere to the coast and all that. Now Chris and her boyfriend, and she'd said to us, "Oh, I've been to a listening party last night," which was listening to a new release CD of a local band. I says, "Oh, aye." And she said, a band called DeeExpus. I said, "Oh, all right, I'll give them a listen." So we slotted it on the car. Oh, that's it. Yeah, very good, very good, very good. And she said, "Well, one of the lads used to live in Howden. It was the writer and whose band it is and stuff like that, and he's a musician. Blah blah blah. Andy Ditchfield. I don't think you'll know him." I looked at her and said, "Oh, I do. I remember Andy." And I used to see Andy walking through Howden with his guitar on his back and his red leather jacket, and he was a bit of a cool dude, kept himself to himself and all that. I says, "Oh yeah, I do know him." So anyway, it was a time when it was before Facebook, and it was MySpace. So I got in touch with him through MySpace and said, "Oh, listen to your CD, very good. What you up to these days and all that." And then obviously we got on about the red van and him falling out the back, and he says, "Talking about vans," he says, "how would you? I've got an offer for you. I'd like to ask you a favour." I says, "Oh, all right then. What's what's that? And he says, you know, I've got a band and all that, I'm going to be doing some live gigs and stuff like that. How would you like to drive the van, do the roadieing for us and stuff like that? No. I says, why, of course I would. I'd love to do that. Because it's something I've always been interested in, live bands and stuff like that. End up being a musician myself. Want to be a musician, tried to play the guitar, but that's another story. So I said, yeah, I'll do that. And he says, maybe help out and sell some merch for us and stuff like that. So anyway, I went to see them, me and the two lads. The lads were only youngsters then. They were probably under 10, I would think. We went to see them at the Forum in Darlington, and we really enjoyed it. And then I went to see them at the office in South Shields. Very good. Got chatting with the whole band and all that. Brilliant bunch of blokes and followers. They were all brilliant. So anyway, as time went on, drove the van to the gigs and stuff like that. It was very eye-opening, but I'll keep all that kind of stuff from my book when I write my book. What goes on the road stays on the road. There's stories to tell. Not my stories, so we'll wait for the book. So yes, did that, and did quite a few gigs up and down the country, and then ended up going to Holland, the Netherlands, and when we went to America. So in the Netherlands or Holland or wherever it was one of the centre parks, I think it was, that the Marillion, the rock band Marillion, you may have heard of them, they hire it and all the fans gather and stuff like that, and DeeExpus were opening there for them. But before that they did a few gigs supporting around the UK, which was very good. We also went to Gettysburg to a festival, American festival, called Rossfest, which was very, very good indeed. And yes, selling merch and stuff like that, it was good, it was all good. Got to meet a lot of nice people, did a lot of travelling and thoroughly enjoyed it. So yeah, that was probably one of the best jobs anyway. Forget the 9 to 5s and stuff like that, that was a brilliant job. As I say, I've met some great people, some really, really, really talented musicians, and they're all doing the thing. One of the guitarists, I'll not mention his name because I haven't got permission to, and I don't think it's fair to do so, but one of them, do your own research, one of them became the guitarist in the Tigers of Pantang, and and the drummer, he has just signed up for a band called Inglorious, who were, they're a very popular band. So they've all done well. Andy's moved on to do other things. He's successful in everything that he does. He does lots of different things, and he's always successful in whatever he does. And as for the other musicians in the band, lifelong friends, all doing their own thing. But yes, did enjoy that. Now we do it all over again if the opportunity comes along. I did get offered, my name was put forward anyway. I wasn't offered it. My name was put forward to tour with a band called doing the merch and stuff like that, called Spock's Beard, who are a prog rock band. But I couldn't do it because I couldn't commit to the time because the kids were just young then. So I couldn't really do that, which was a shame because I would have liked to do that, like they've done that. But yes, that was a very interesting time. And as I say, made loads of good friends. Yep. So, give them a listen. DeeExpus. DeeExpus. Look them up on YouTube. Got 2 CDs out. Halfway Home, The King of Number 33. All very good, all available on the internet if you want to buy them, or get in touch with me and I can get them sorted for you. So that's it, there you go. And if I remember of any other jobs that I had, I'll let you know if you're interested. But anyway, take care, catch you on the next one. Ta-ra for now. Boom.